What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ethan's Garage, and today I got some cool plans for the 1986 SSP car. This is the other project car that's going to be on Ethan's Garage, or my channel, and as well as the Ranger. But today I went and got some parts, and originally today what I was going to do is we were going to be changing out, if you can see down there, we're going to change out the distributor cap, we were going to change out the rotor, and plugs, wires, all that. And when I was looking in the motor, or looking in the engine bay, and my uncle even came out here too. And I mean, I have like these Ford Motorcraft or Ford Racing spark plug wires, and those are pretty expensive, and they're also in great condition actually. And I was going to even change the coil today, but it's an MSD coil, and I don't want to change that. Those are pretty expensive, and it seems to be fine. What the general issue that I've been having is that the car, kind of at idle, and when we're driving, it's been almost like it was missing almost, and also kind of, not exactly bucking, but just some weird idle issues and stuff. And I know that I have a vacuum leak somewhere, but I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to change out the spark plug wires, and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so as you can see down there, right here, how can I show you? If you can see right there, it's getting burnt off, and so I'm going to be changing this one and a couple other ones, and I think that might be my issue. If not, then I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to change the distributor. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start out with just changing the plugs and these spark plug wires, and I'll see what that does. So hopefully this will fix the problem, and we can get the old 86 back on the road. Alright, so what I've done so far is I've just taken this little cap off the distributor cap where it's got the coil plug in it and all that. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start by changing each plug that is burnt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down here. This one's messed up, so I'm going to unplug it. Just kind of like squeeze and pull when you're changing these. Okay, and it's this one right here on that piston right there. So plug it here. And how do I get this out of here? Oh, okay. This pops off. Bada bang, bada boom. Oops, that came out there. I'll fix that in a little bit. But there we go. Got one out. And so what I'm going to do is I come over here to my spark plug wires, and now I'll find the correct length. All right, so I got my spark plug wires over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and find one that matches this length. Let's see, maybe this one? No, that one's too long. This one might be it, or it might be this one. Definitely not that one. And what about this one? Oh, that might be it. No, that's too short. That's got to be too. That's way too short. What about this one? I don't know. These are pretty close. I think it might be this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the distributor. Alright, so I got the correct plug, and so all you do is you just, once you find the right plug that is the closest to the previous plug, that the old plug that you took off, you just pop it back on here, and then now I'm going to go ahead and change out that spark plug down there, if you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and prop up my phone, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright guys, so sadly, for some reason my phone was actually being kind of weird, and so the video for some reason was not recording right. I actually got one of the spark plugs in already, but I will go ahead and do another one so you can guys see. So what I did is I took this air filter off with just a flathead screwdriver just here, and it just slid right out under this bar, and I just put it over there for now. And basically what you do is you want to do these one at a time. So because if you don't, you can get confused and actually mess up all your spark plugs and everything, I think. And so I'm just doing mine one at a time. And so what you'll do is I'm just going to go to this next one, or I'll do this one right here, and pop this one off and pop the other side off where it is. I'll come over to this side to where my spark plugs are, and I'll find one that is close to size. I'll put it over here, change the spark plug, and yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for you. All right, so the next plug I'm gonna do is this one right up here. Or actually, I'll do this one right here because you guys can see a little bit better. So all you gotta do is just pop it off like that, and I'll pull it up over here. How do you get this one off? Oh, this one just pops off as well. It's like a retainer or something to keep all these wires together. All right, and so now I'm just tracking this wire up to the distributor, and I'll pop it off at the distributor, and come on, there we go. All right, so I got this wire out, and now I'll go grab a new wire. All right, so I got my new wire, and by the way, just to let you know, these like 90-degree angled ends are to go on the distributor cap, and you'll hear it kind of click, just like that. And then these slanted ends will go onto where your spark plugs are. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the new spark plug in, and look at this first one I took off. If we'll focus, yeah, not very good. So good thing we're changing this out. And again, if you can help me on my car knowledge, because I'm still growing in my car knowledge, just comment down below if you see anything or anything that I said wrong or did wrong. But I'm pretty sure that this is fouled. So if not, sorry that I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's fouled. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one on. I'm gonna put some anti-seize on the thread, and yeah. All right, so let's see. And I believe I've said this before. If not, sorry that I did not say this, but I'm using a 16mm socket. So what you want to do is, well, I'm gonna get this one on here first and loosen this one up. All right, there. And they shouldn't be terribly tight. So when you're putting on your spark plugs, they don't have to be insanely tight. You want to finger tighten them first, and then get them pretty snug. And then once they're snug, just kind of do like a quarter turn, and they should be on there pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and I should be able to loosen this with my hand now. Yep, coming out now. Let's see what this spark plug looks like. Hopefully it's not as bad as the other one. Oh, well, looks like I was wrong. Yeah, so these plugs definitely need to change. The actual plugs themselves, like the spark plug wires, aren't bad at all. But the plugs definitely needed a change. So got the new one right here. And again, I'm just gonna go ahead and hand tighten this in there. Just like so. And is it going in? Should be going in. There we go. It's going in now. And now I've gotten it tightened as much as I can, so I'm going to take my wrench, or my socket, I'll put it on here, and I'll go ahead and tighten this up. I'll twist it kind of like that. Let's see. What's going on here? Doesn't want to go on. Wait a minute. Yeah, it should be going on there. Is this all the way in? Oh, that's the problem. There we go. Wasn't tightened all the way. I don't know why they made this area so hard to get to. There. All right. So as you can see, it's getting pretty tight, and I'll just snug it and go a little bit more. Little turn right there, and there you go. So now I'm just going to time lapse this, and hopefully it should be good. guys, so I went ahead and did those 2 last ones, as you could see in the video, and it was kind of hard to video. I was kind of struggling with some of them. It's really tight, like a very tight spaces in there, especially on the driver's side. It's really hard to get in there and to get those spark plugs loose. But I got all of them in there, and I changed all the spark plug wires besides the coil one. That one seemed perfectly fine. But all the other ones I just wanted to change anyways. So we're about to crank this thing up, and hopefully I can get some good footage. Sorry for the bad camera quality. I'm still trying to learn how to kind of film as you know, with my phone in the engine bay as well. There's not a lot of good spots to place my phone at, but yeah, let's go ahead and crank this thing up, and hopefully it should fix the problem. All right, so I went ahead and like I was saying, I got all the spark plugs are in, all the spark plug wires, and plus if you're doing this at home as well, and by the way, it did get pretty dark. Again, it's like if you're working on an 86 Mustang, there's like hardly any space, especially on the driver's side, to work in there. So if you have any smaller wrenches you can use with a 16mm socket, I'd highly recommend to do that. But anyways, all of them are clicked in. Make sure you click in and here, each plug click in. That's really important, and make sure none of them are sitting on the header as well. I have these little clips that kind of keep them away the header. I'm gonna have to get a few more, but right now it's pretty good just to crank up. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up, and we're gonna see what happens. So hopefully it should be okay. Oh man, there we go. For some reason my key's got a special side that it will only crank on. All right, here we go. Well, idling at 1 for 1,000 RPM, which is good. It was playing with the RPM before I changed all this. Go ahead and check everything. Whoop. Everything seems to be running fine. No sparks, that's a good thing. We don't want any fires. Yeah, well, I mean, everything seems to be running a lot better than it did. I'll give it a couple revs. I'll put y'all back here. Still, I think it's running really rich. We still need to get a fuel, what do you call it? Fuel regulator, I think. Fuel regulator. But everything seems to be running like way better. It was not running this good. So obviously we need to take it for a drive. Maybe I can get a drive video soon. But oh. Okay, now it's idling a little below 1. I hope it's fixed. Will it stay there? I don't know what it's supposed to be idling at, but right now it's idling at, if you can see, I think at about 900. If that is 900. Wait. Yeah, I think it is. But I say it's a success. It was not running this good on crank. It didn't crank up that fast at all either. Actually, let me try and turn it off and then re-crank it and see what happens, just to make sure. second. And it goes back to 1 for 1,000. Well, now it's kind of idle now. I think it's all right for now. And now it just idled back down a little bit, but I think that's where it's supposed to be. But everything's running great. Again, I'm really excited for the rest of the fun ideas and stuff I have for this car. And also, if you recognize, this is not the car on my channel screen, and I'll explain sometime in another video why that is the case, but I will say these are two different cars. The one that is on the channel page was an old 86 Mustang that we had. This is the new one, and I'll explain what happened, but anyways, this is the new car, SSP. I think I already said it's an Idaho SSP car, and obviously I'm gonna get rid of that white top. I'm not a big fan. I know that's a big SSP factor to the car, but I'm gonna paint it back to black. It's gonna look just like the one on the channel screen. And again, I'll explain the whole story of that car. But yeah, I think this is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a good informational video on how to change your spark plug wires and your spark plugs. If you have any questions, please comment down below and ask me. I will be willing to help you out with anything that you need. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night or day or wherever you are. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.